Welcome back, everybody. My name is BluJay, and we are back at the Unity SMP, and would you just take a look at this awesome build? This is something that DrJimJim has been working on for quite a while. We'll go inside here in just a second, but this is like a gaming district where anybody on the realm can build like mini games and stuff, and he's gone ahead and built an incredible battle arena. So check this out. You come up here. Look at that. There's even obstacles, and it's like a full-blown battlefield where you can go and have like mini-game battles and just fight each other, and it looks pretty cool. It doesn't look like it's completely finished yet, but it looks like it's at least functional, so we may have to see if we can get on here at some point and maybe have a battle or two with some of the other members of the realm. So let's actually run on down here and take a look. Now that it's raining, you can't really see the the field because of the render distance, but, you know, you got little obstacles and stuff you can hide behind and peek out and then take a run for it to go find the people that you're battling against. It looks like a really fun thing to do. So the reason why we are over here is because I've been meaning to come look at this for a while. I just didn't know where it was, but I found it through the Nether. There's a small Nether hub going on, and I found the portal that led over here. I would love to build a mini game over here at some point, but I really don't know what to build. I've never done mini games before, so leave some suggestions in the comment section of what kind of mini games you guys would like to see, and maybe I can make one of those suggestions happen for a future episode. But that's not what we're going to be working on today. We're going to head back over to the main area, and we'll start working on something a little bit fun, a little bit different, and something that has been a long time coming and a little bit overdue. And we'll talk a little bit more about what that's going to be here in just a moment when we head back over there. Before we head back to the overworld, I wanted to show you guys the Nether hub that's being worked on right now. It was a little bit more complete, but I think DrJimJim wanted to make a few changes, so he's done some demolition here, and it's quite the mess right now. But I know he's working on it, and it's gonna look fantastic when it's done. It was already looking pretty sweet. I liked the way it was, but I think he's doing some upgrades and some stuff to it. So be sure to check out his channel for some of those builds if you haven't seen it yet. And we're just going to run around here for just a second and try to get back to our house without, you know, exploding anything, because it's raining and it's getting dark and there might be creepers around. We just got to be careful because, you know, the realm is a bit of a dangerous place. On Reverb Outpost, I sleep a lot and bypass the night, and that way we don't get a lot of mobs. But here, it's running 24/7, and if somebody's on the realm and they're not sleeping, then, you know, the mobs accumulate. So, we just gotta be careful. And speaking of insomnia and not sleeping at night, how about that new mob that was voted in at Minecon? I'm actually really excited about it. That's the one that I was thinking about voting for. Either B or C, the mob that did get voted for, or the Great Hunger. Both of them looked really cool. But I'm really excited about the new mob. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I'm looking forward to hearing more details as they, you know, release those and add those to the game. I'm not sure when that's going to be. I think it's going to be like sometime early 2018. They haven't given a release date, but we'll see. We'll have to wait and hope that it comes out relatively soon at the beginning of 2018. I was doing some exploring and looking around just because I haven't been on the realm for a while, and I absolutely love the view of my airship and my docking station. It just looks incredible with that sunset behind there, and I've literally never been over to this island before. I know that xDarkAbsolute, his house is over the direction that we're heading right now. You can see it coming into view. And I think AGHQ is on the realm officially now. He's released one episode, but it's been, you know, a little bit of time since the first episode that he's released. I'm not sure when he's going to release another one or where he's actually building. I'd love to find that out. So if you guys know where AGHQ is at, we could give him a welcoming gift if any of you know where he's going to be building. I have no clue. I watched his first episode, but I might have been doing something else while I was watching it, so I might be a bit distracted and may have missed where he's going to be building at. So if you know where he is, AGHQ, let me know. And this is, if you haven't seen this yet, I don't think I've shown this off. This is xDarkAbsolute's saddle shop, and it's pretty close by, and I think it's hilarious that he's got a saddle shop on the water, because the irony of that is horses can't swim. So you're going to have to do some swimming out here to get your saddle and then swim back to shore to put it on your horse, which I think is funny. But he's got the whole water base, floating water island kind of stuff going on, and it's pretty cool. If you haven't seen his videos either, go check it out. There's a lot of really cool stuff going on the realm, a lot of cool people to go check out, and if you haven't seen their channels, most of them I'm sure you've seen, but you never know. So if you haven't seen the other channels on here, be sure to check those out. A lot of great content for you. And we're just cleaning up our inventory a little bit and getting organized for our build today. As you can see, we've got a couple of pink dyes in the bottom right corner there, and I'll show you what we're going to do with those here in just a second. But I actually haven't even told you what we're going to be doing today. We are going to prank. That's right. We're going to prank PaddyCasts. You've probably already figured this out by now if you've looked at the thumbnail or read the title of this video, which if you're watching it, I'm sure you have. But he pranked us early on in the season, and we're going to dye a couple of sheep here because we're going to need quite a few pieces of pink wool for the fun little project we've got in store for PaddyCasts. And we're going to... That's weird. That's weird, right? That's not how that's supposed to look. Huh. I'm wondering if my texture pack is going bonkers with the most recent update, 1.2.5. A few things have broken. I know on Reverb Outpost, the 64 by 64 Faithful texture pack, I can't get the what's that called? The recipe book. That's what it's called. I can't get that to close, and I think there's an update. I've seen the developer who makes that pack post on Twitter a couple of times that there's an update that fixes that, and I can't seem to get it. So I'm going to have to contact him to see if we can get the updated version of 64 by 64 and get our recipe book fixed and working properly again. So we're just going to breed up a couple of these sheep here and try to grow the number of pink sheep that we've got. We're not going to breed the white or the gray sheep just yet because we don't really need those today, but we need quite a few pink sheep because 2 is not going to cut it for the amount of wool that we're going to need. I'm imagining we'll need at least a couple of stacks of wool. So I'm going to work away at that for just a couple of minutes, and then I will be right back with you in just a moment. Well, as you can see, I've done a little bit of work here, and I expanded our little sheep pen here, and I actually added this wool carpet to the sides of the fences. It's a trick that I've seen a lot of people do, and I've never actually done it myself. I don't know why. I always end up putting in gates, which gates are fine, but this is a much easier and safer way of getting in and out of the animal pens, because they can't hop this. There's no way for them to get over, but if you open up the gate, there's a chance that some might escape, and they actually did while I was working away off camera. A couple of the sheep escaped, and I couldn't get them back in the pen, so they're lost forever, but that's okay. So I went ahead and tried this whole carpet method, and it seems to be working out pretty well. Again, not sure why I've never done this before. I've always used the gates. I think that's a thing of the past now. I'm not sure that I'm ever going to use gates for that purpose anymore. There'll probably be a decorative block for me now. I'll just use the carpet to jump in and out of our animal pens. This has taken forever. Seriously. There's like no grass in here left, and they can't regrow their wool until they eat grass. So I'm going to sit here and wait, and wait, and wait. But I'm not going to make you watch that on camera because that's a bit boring. So I'll be back when we're ready to keep going after we've gathered up enough wool to at least get us started on the project, if not get us all the way through. If you've been watching any of PaddyCast's videos, you may have seen the build that we're about to see in the view right now. You can see that little skull right over the hill there. It's right over the top of his melon and pumpkin farm. That is his kill for hire shop. And basically, it's like a bounty hunter kind of thing. You go in and write a name down, and he will go and attack that person. And they have a chance to fight back, but if they're not prepared and they don't know that it's coming, then, you know, it might be disastrous for that particular person. So that's his shop, and we may end up writing a name down there after we are done today, but we're going to go ahead and prank this build for the moment. Now, you know, if you watched the prank earlier in the season, oh, this is going to be so fun. I can already envision it. If you watched his prank earlier in the season, it was basically he set up 2 chickens. And not literal chickens from the game. They were actually like pixel art kind of chickens that he built from scratch. They were really cool looking. I will try to remember to leave the description or the link to that video in the description so you guys can watch that if you haven't seen it yet, and to see why we are retaliating and getting back at him for that. But he basically got mad. Not really, but fake mad. You know, we're all friends on here. But he got mad because I called him Puny Paddles. Now, I want to tell you why we called him that. Honestly, it was a private conversation we were having between friends on the realm, in the realm chat, and we were talking about going into the Nether and working on a Nether hub, and this was way early on in the season before we had anything really going on. And, we were talking, and DrJimJim was saying, hey, Paddy, do you want to give that a go? And he's like, no, I don't go into the Nether. It's too scary. And so I'm like, come on, Puny Paddles, you can do this. And so that's where he inherited that name. And so he got a little hurt. He was a little sad, so he retaliated by coming over and putting chickens into our base. And they weren't just any ordinary chickens. They were chickens that had a bunch of chickens inside, and they had levers on each pixel art chicken. Now, when you pulled one lever, nothing happens. But if you were to pull the other lever, he left me a little surprise of TNT inside the chicken to explode everywhere and to, you know, launch the chickens everywhere and just make a big old mess. And, he was trying to hurt me. That's not very nice. And so, you know, we chose correctly. We didn't get the TNT. Oh my gosh, that's looking so good so far. So I've just been kind of poking fun at PaddyCasts over the last several months that we've been on the Unity server together. And I've called him anything from Puny Paddles to Pumpkin Paddles when the Halloween season was coming around to just some other names. And I can't remember all of them. I've come up with quite a few. The most recent one is going to be the one you're going to see in this episode today. Now, if you can't tell what we're doing already, let me think about this. Please forgive me, PaddyCasts. I'm taking out some of your leaves. I will replace them. I'll put them back. I'll help you put this back together when we're done. If you ever want to tear this down, that is, because I don't know why you wouldn't want to keep this forever, because it's going to be awesome. So if you haven't figured out what we're building by now, we're giving his little scary skull shop. We're going to give him a princess crown. Why? Because our new nickname for PaddyCasts, you guessed it, Princess Paddles. So I want to see you guys bombarding his comment section over the next video or two with hashtag Princess Paddles. It's going to be great. It's going to be so fun. And I just can't wait to see his reaction video on this too, because it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope he appreciates it. I hope he knows that we're just poking, good fun at each other. It's nothing personal. But I got to say, when you try to blow me up with fake chickens and TNT, you're going to get a little retaliation your direction. So we're building a princess crown, and we're building it out of pink wool and dark oak planks, and it's looking okay so far. There's quite a bit of work to do on it, but we'll get there. We're coming along, and we'll try to do most of this on camera, but we may do a little bit off camera because I don't actually have a design in mind yet. I'm just kind of building this from scratch. And, yeah, we're just going to have to see. Oh, no, that's not good. Paddy, I didn't mean to do that. I'm so sorry. I'll fix it. I promise. Ooh, you have dogs. Looks like you have 2 there. I hope there weren't more than that. I apologize. Seriously. Those creepers? Can't stand them sometimes. Okay, well, while we're patching this back up, something I wanted to chat with you guys about for just a moment. Just some recent feedback that I've been getting from quite a few viewers, so it seems like it needs to be addressed since it's more than one person. We're going to have to... maybe we'll chop that tree down and replant it. So it's been addressed by a couple of people, more than one, so it definitely needs addressed. You guys have been giving me some feedback on the commentary recently, and I know I've done a lot of like, hey, while we're doing this, let's chat about this particular topic, like Minecon, or, you know, Battlefront 2 live streaming, or any other kinds of like extra conversation that has more to do than what we're actually doing on camera. And some of you guys are like, nope, that's not for me. I don't really like that. I wish you would just stick to talking about what's going on in the episode. So I'm going to try to honor that, and I'm going to try to adjust and adapt to that particular playstyle. That's what I really did early on in the channel. And I kind of have gotten away from my roots a little bit with that, and I'm not sure why. It's just kind of a natural progression that happened. I just found some interesting things to talk about, and we started talking about things that, you know, were outside of the actual video. So I'm going to do my best to work on that. I'm going to fix that in the commentary from this point forward, so hopefully my videos will be a little bit more interesting to you guys who are giving that kind of feedback. So for the rest of you that haven't been commenting on that, let me know what you think about the extra conversations. Would you rather have those, or would you rather stick to what's going on in-game? We are making some solid progress here. We are almost done. We are putting the cap on the crown. Now, we're not going to like fill this all in or go all the way around the skull because there's just too many trees back here, and I don't want to destroy everything he's, you know, put hard work into and built. So we're just going to do like the little front here. It'll be kind of like, it'll be less of a crown and more of like a tiara. So that's even more princess-like. There you go, Princess Paddles. It's a tiara just for you. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait. I just cannot wait to see his reaction video. It's going to be a blast. And I'm sure he's going to react to this video and see it before I even release this, because I am recording this a couple of days before the actual release of this episode, just to get ahead of things this week, because I have had a busy week. So I apologize. Again, I don't know that I've mentioned this yet this episode, but we've been off of the Unity SMP for a couple of weeks, and it's because I've been so busy with a lot of family stuff. We had, if you guys are not from America, we had American Thanksgiving this last week, and a lot of stuff, you know, family stuff going on. My 6-year wedding anniversary was this past week as well, and then I had one of the busiest weeks at work of the year. So all those three things combined just did not lend themselves to any kind of consistent video recording, and that's okay. That kind of stuff needs to take priority over this, because this is not my full-time job. This is a hobby. This is something I do for fun. And family and work needs to come first over videos, and, you know, that will hopefully not be the issue most of the time. Usually I've got time to balance everything, but sometimes when those things are a little bit more busy and more going on, that'll be the priority. So that's kind of what has had to happen over the last couple of weeks. I've gotten a couple of Reverb Outpost videos in, but Unity has, ouch, that hurt. Unity has taken the hit from lack of content. I did release a new series last week in place of Unity called Blueprints. If you haven't seen that yet, be sure to go check that out. It's my new tutorial series. I'm going to do a tutorial series relatively frequently. I'm not sure if it's going to be a weekly thing or every other week or just as often as I can, but they'll be short, you know, 5 to 10 minute tutorial videos unless it's a more extensive tutorial, but we'll try to keep those as short as possible, and hopefully you guys will learn how to build some more things in Minecraft. Yes, that's a crown. That is a crown right there. Oh, I'm loving this. Oh, Princess Paddles. Your scary shop, not so scary anymore. People are gonna come and see this from all around the realm, and they're gonna say, Princess Paddles, I'm not scared of that guy. Put my name in that book all day long. There's no way he's taking me down. Oh my goodness. I love it. What do you guys think about this? Do you like the crown? What do you think? Well, not sure why I didn't notice this while I was walking around looking from every possible angle at this build, except for straight on. It's off-centered. You see that top part there? It's way off-centered. Well, guess we gotta go back to the drawing board now. That definitely needs fixed. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There is the crown on Princess Paddle's not-so-scary skull shop. Okay, here it is. Welcome to Kill for Hire, Ask for Princess Paddles. That strikes fear into the heart of anybody that's going to come here. Oh, okay, so here's the book and quill. There is 16 iron for you, PaddyCasts. And it says, welcome to Kill for Hire. Please leave the name of the person you request to be killed below and the payment inside the chest. Thank you. Doing business with Paddy. Enjoy your day. And our target is going to be the infamous PaddyCasts. Now, the reason we have written his name down is because he tried to put a hit out on us by loading up some chickens with TNT. So, 16 iron. I paid you for this. Better make it worth it, PaddyCasts. You better make it worth it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time that I have got for today. This episode was a blast, and I gotta say, it was nice to do something a little bit different than the normal grind. We've been doing a lot of base building and a lot of just random stuff here and there, a few adventures here and there, but we haven't done any pranks since we've been on Unity Season 2, and this is the 8th episode in. It's about time. It's about time to do a little bit of interaction like that. And that's the nice thing about being on a multiplayer realm like this. We can do stuff that other people will see and be affected by and have a good laugh at. And, well, hopefully a good laugh at anyway. We'll have to see when his reaction video comes out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We're going to try to do more stuff like this, pranks, and doing some community builds, and we'll get away from the base building grind as soon as we get a little bit more established. We're almost there. We have the basic structure of our airship, just a few more things to do on it to get us set up and have a nice place to store things and keep things and gather materials and all of that. But we're going to get to mini games and shops and pranks and all the things that come along with a multiplayer realm. Let me know what you guys would like to see the most out of those kinds of things, or if you have any other suggestions, I would love to hear those as well. But for now, my name is BluJay, and I've got to fly on out of here. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.